and so Tarma had lost her purpose. Now there was only the driving need to get back to the plains, to return before the Telesidrine were deemed a dead clan. Farther than that she could not, would not think or plan. Kethry must have sensed Tarma's brooding eyes on her, for she looked up and beckoned with her skinning knife.
"Fairly good hunting."
Tarma hunched as close to the fire as she could, wishing they dared build something large.
"Yes and no. I had to use magic to attract them, poor things."
Kethry shook her head regretfully as she bundled the offal in the skins and buried the remains in the snow to freeze hard. Once frozen, she'd dispose of them away from the camp to avoid attracting scavengers.
"I felt so guilty, but what else was I to do? We ate the last of the bread yesterday, and I didn't want to chance on the hunting luck of just one of us."
"You do what you have to, Keth. Well, we're able to live off the land, but Kessira and Rhodey can't,"
Tarma replied.
"Our grain is almost gone, and we've still a long way to go to get to the plains. Keth, we need money."
"I know."
"And you're the one of us best suited to earning it. This land is too peaceful for the likes of me to find a job, except for something involving at least a 1-year contract, and that's something we can't afford to take the time for. I need to get back to the plains as soon as I can if I'm to raise Telesidrine's banner again."
"I know that too."
Kethry's eyes had become shadowed. The lines around her mouth showed strain.
"And I know that the only city close enough to serve us is Mondale's."
And there was no doubt in Tarma's mind that Kethry would rather have died than set foot in that city, though she hadn't the vaguest notion why. Well, this didn't look to be the proper moment to ask.
"Storm coming. A bad one,"
she said, changing the subject.
"I'll let the hooved ones forage for as long as I dare, but by sunset I'll have to bring them into camp. Our best bet is going to be to shelter all together because I don't think a fire is going to survive the blow."
"I wish I knew where you get your information,"
Kethry replied, frown smoothing into a wry half-smile.
"You certainly have me beat at weather witching."
"Call it Shin'a'in intuition,"
Tarma shrugged, wishing she knew whether it was permitted to an outland Shi'anidra, who was a magician to boot, to know of the Veiled Ones. Would they object? Tarma had no notion, and wasn't prepared to risk it.
"Think you can get our dinner cooked before the storm gets here?"
"I may be able to do better than that, if I can remember the spells."